welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited for today's video. We are going to be randomly selecting a makeup bag for me to work out of for a week. So I have this wild idea while I was laying in bed one night that it might be fun to shop my stash in a random way and then work out of that makeup basket for like a week and eventually like come back and share my thoughts with you. I don't know if I'll make this into a series or not, but we're going to go through and each like category of my makeup collection, so like powder, concealer, foundation, primer, etc. And we're gonna randomly select the products that are gonna go into this makeup bag, and then I'm gonna try and exclusively work out of that makeup bag for a week. And then I'll come back and share my thoughts. Maybe I'll declutter stuff, whatever it might be. And then maybe we'll do it again, and maybe I'll do it like every month-ish. I'm not really sure. Would love your feedback in the comments below. I know I've been terrible at replying to comments, but I do try to do my best to read them. And specifically, if I ask for feedback, I will read your comments. I'm not trying to ignore my comments, you guys. I just like, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing, which I keep promising I'll get into and like get ready with me, and then I literally put it off for like 3 years. Anyway, that's my idea. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. If you guys are interested in this idea, in this potentially being a series, stay tuned. First, if you have yet to subscribe to my channel and you like project panning content, or you just like to chit chat about makeup, I would love if you would consider subscribing before moving on. And other than that, let's jump into the video. All right, guys, so I do the whole collection project pan, which I feel like is kind of like where this idea stemmed from. And then I will link my Shop My Stash playlist for you as well, in case you're interested in seeing the products that I'm currently using in my Shop My Stash rotation. If we randomly generate anything that's currently in my rotation or currently something that I'm working on in a project, I will still pull it into my makeup bag and we'll go from there. So let's start. We'll just go in order that I would do my makeup. So we will start in the primer category, and I'm going to be looking at my phone a lot in this video, so I do apologize for that. And I hope that I have my spreadsheets pretty up to date and pretty accurate. But we're gonna be starting, like I said, in the primer category, and I believe that I currently have 15 primers to randomly select. So we'll go into the Pretty Random app and we will randomly generate a number, which we get number 14, which is my e.l.f. Mint Melting Primer. Okay, so as we go throughout the video, I think I'm just gonna go grab each item rather than try and write everything down. But I randomly generated the e.l.f. Mint Melting Primer, which is newer to my collection. So I have already tested this and reviewed this on my channel. I think it's a nice primer. It does have a little bit, like a slight cooling sensation, and I do think it's super gripping. So I feel like this will be really nice. Actually, I'm not mad at that. I don't think we'll end up decluttering that, but again, you'll have to come back and see. Next up, we have the foundation category, which I have 25 foundations currently in my spreadsheet. So we get number 13, which is my Smashbox Halo Glow Tinted Moisturizer, which I'm not mad at that either. So here is my Halo Glow Tinted Moisturizer. I do have a tinted moisturizer I'm currently working on in a project, but again, I'm gonna try and exclusively use these products for a week and see how I feel about them, getting consistent use on them. Next up, let's move on to concealer. I currently have 15 concealers to select from, and we get number 9, which is my Dior Concealer, which is something that's currently going in my current Shop My Stash, so I'm excited to continue to work on that. Here is my Dior Concealer. I will probably mix this with the Kosas concealer that I'm currently trying to pan alongside this, just because I know how I like this, and I like to mix the two to try and get some use out of that Kosas one that is taking me forever to finish. Moving on to powder, I currently have 11 loose powders. 11? No, 10. 10 not loose powders, sorry, pressed and loose powders to work on or select. We get number 6, which is my number 7 Triple Action Finishing Powder, which I do really enjoy this powder, and I'm excited it's a pressed powder because I've definitely been preferring pressed powder over loose powder lately. So here is my number 7 powder. I have mine in the shade Light. This is a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush powder as well, which I really love. It's really nice and smooth, really thin, doesn't feel heavy on the skin, and will be a great powder for me to work on. So far, I feel like so far so good with this. Next up for the bronzer category, I have 26 bronzers. bronzers that I could select, and we get number 2. Please don't be the Marc Jacobs. I'm worried. No, it is the Kevyn Aucoin Contour, which is not a bronzer. So I'm going to toss the Kevyn Aucoin Contour in. It's something that's currently going in my Graveyard project pan. So I'll put that in, but I'm going to also generate another bronzer because I would also like to work on a bronzer. We get number 12, which is the e.l.f. Forever Sun-Kissed Bronzer, which is actually going in my current project pan. That's super ironic that I got 2 products that are in my project. So here is my Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder. I have mine in the shade Light. And then I also have my e.l.f. Forever Sun-Kissed Bronzer, which I have not yet hit pan on. I recently rolled this in to my Rolling Project 10 pan, so I'm excited that this will just give me an excuse to use both of these products even more. All right, next up we have my blush category, which I have 70 blushes. I would love to do like a powder and a cream, but I don't have them separated, so I don't know that I can easily make that work. We get number 50, which is my Laura Mercier Blush Trio. Oh, interesting. All right, well that's kind of nice because it's a trio. One moment. Okay, so we get my Laura Mercier Blush Trio, which looks like this. Really beautiful. I got this last holiday season, but I believe the shades in this palette are permanent to their line. We have Peach, Rosé, and Grapefruit. A good range of shades. These are really pigmented, which concerns me a little bit, but I feel like I could get a lot of use out of this shade right here. Should I roll and try and get a cream? I feel like I should, just because I have a lot of cream blushes. So let's see. I'm going to randomize. I have a helper now, like always. Number 19. I'll randomize a couple numbers. 31. Let's see. Number 19 is not a cream blush. 31 is a cream blush. It's my Ilia Matte Pigment in the shade Haze, which is actually a perfect shade for this time of year and something that I wanted to roll into my Shop My Stash but forgot. So I'm gonna go grab that. Okay, so here is my Ilia Color Matte Multi-Use Pigment. It is in the shade Before Today, which looks like this. A really beautiful mid-toned sort of mauve shade, which is just like my cup of tea this time of year. So I'm actually really excited about that. So moving on to our highlighter category, I don't have nearly as many like liquid highlights. So honestly, whatever I get, if I get a liquid highlight first, then I'll also roll for a powder. But if I just get a powder, we'll probably just go with the powder highlight. We get 52 highlights. Oops, I already hit randomize. We'll do it again. Okay, so we get number 29, which is Pixie Glowy Gossamer Duo. I just rolled this out of my Shop My Stash. And the Glowy Gossamer Duo is super intense, which is not my favorite, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll have to shear that out this week. All right, so we have my Pixie Glowy Gossamer Duo, which actually is kind of nice that I have a duo because then I have 2 options, a pink side and a more champagne side. But I think those are all the things that I'm going to randomly like pull in, I think. I don't want to do palettes because I want to kind of give myself the freedom to use whatever palette I want to use. Same with like eyeliners and setting sprays. I don't want to go like too crazy, but I would like to pretty much exclusively use this. Am I forgetting something? I hope not. And then I will come back and share my thoughts in like 3 weeks to a month, and then we can re-roll a new bag and maybe make this a new series like alongside my Shop My Stash. Again, would love your guys' feedback in the comments down below. I know this is a shorter video, but then next time I film it'll be longer because I'll be reviewing the products that I was using, and then we'll be re-rolling for the next product. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. I'm actually really excited for this, and I hope that you guys are too. Thank you guys so much for sticking around to watch this video and for supporting my channel as you guys always do. I love you guys so much, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.